Matty Wong was a viral sensation all over YouTube thanks to the trainer known as Devin Williams. And they tried testing out the theory, if you put in 10,000 hours of work in basketball, can you make it to the next level or even the NBA? So what happened to this guy? So what's good, y'all? It's Matt LBG. The LBG stands for Let's Be Great. And we are back with another story video. If you are new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, leave a like for more, and without further ado, let's get into the video, man. If you have clicked on this video, I assume that you already know a little about Matty Wong. But if you don't, and even if you forgot, let's do a brief recap. There was a time around 2014 where a guy named Devin Williams started out his own series on YouTube called 10,000 Hours. His videos and his theories were very easy to understand. There's a theory not only for basketball but in real life: if you put in 10,000 hours of work, you can perfect your craft. That is exactly what Devin Williams tried to do with Matty Wong. So long story short, they was trying to see if they put in 10,000 hours of work in basketball, can he get Matty Wong to the NBA? I'm going to throw a bunch of clips up on the screen so you will see that this kid put in a lot, and I mean a lot, of hard work. And one funny thing about this series is that it was started by accident. And let me just explain to y'all how it actually started. So one day when Devin Williams was in the gym just shooting around, Matty Wong and his older brother actually approached Devin Williams and asked him to train them. And of course Devin Williams agreed to it and was like, yeah, no problem. And at the time, he even goes on to say in the videos that they actually suck. But Devin Williams started seeing improvement in their games. And one thing he wanted to do was document their improvement and record it. But ironically enough, Devin Williams was really poor at the time. He couldn't even afford an SD card to save the footage. With that being said, the only way he actually knew how to save the footage was to upload it to YouTube every time they did a workout. And long story short, that is how the series started. Before we go any farther, I would just like to say that is a remarkable story, and just shout out to God, he works in many ways. Alright, now moving back on to Matty Wong. Devin Williams was very determined to get Matty to the next level. At the time, Matty was a senior in high school, but he was showing dramatic improvement in his game. These guys were breaking into gyms, running up sand dunes at 5 a.m. and working out like 3 times a day. They were literally putting in 10,000 hours of work. And in the video series, they just kept preaching that, you know, one day it's gonna pay off. Even though Matty is a great basketball player and has probably outworked every single kid his age, he had one thing that was holding him back. And unfortunately, it was nothing that he could control. That thing that was holding Matty Wong back was his height. He wasn't as tall as other players, so even though his senior year he was averaging around 20 points per game, he wasn't getting that recognition from colleges that he felt like he deserved. But this kid has a lot of fight in him, and you knew he wasn't going to give up that easy. As these series started blowing up on YouTube, that actually helped Matty Wong because colleges could look at how hard he was working and see if they wanted this guy. But sometimes that isn't even enough. And when Matty's senior year came to an end, he didn't have any offers. When he was a senior, he was only about 5'7" and weighing about 130 pounds, so he didn't really have that ideal body frame for a point guard at the next level. Even though he was averaging about 20 points per game, and y'all are like, yo, how did he not get an offer? I just need y'all to understand that players that average 20 a game in high school are about a dime a dozen. So to separate yourself and get those offers, you either gotta be 6'3" or do something else that's crazy good. And before we go any farther, yes, I would just like to say I do believe if Matty Wong was about 6'3", you know, and averaging 20 per game, this would be a different story. But Matty Wong is not 6'3", so he did struggle to pick up offers. And when I was watching the 10,000 Hours basketball series, you know, Matty Wong would kind of get disappointed when he talked about not getting any offers. But one thing that I noticed is that Devin Williams always had a positive attitude. I do not know if Devin Williams knew he had connections or something throughout this whole process, but he just kept preaching. He was like, yeah, if we just keep putting in the work, the offers are going to come. This is my complete opinion. I'm not 100% sure, but I do think Devin Williams had some connections here and there that Matty Wong did not know about. Let's be honest, when there's several videos of you with over 1 million views of you just working hard and continuing to push yourself, there's some colleges that are gonna want you. And like I said, this is just my opinion, but I firmly believe that Devin Williams has some colleges on the line for this guy. And with all this being said, Matty Wong did wind up making it to the next level. He decided to play his college ball at Eastern Oregon University. Even though it's not a really really big college, it's still the next level, and I think it's a perfect fit for him. If he would have went to an even bigger college, he probably wouldn't have got to play a lot. In his first 2 years in college, he really didn't see much success though, so there's not much to talk about there. He was just an average and mediocre college player. But in this recent year, he did wind up earning first team all-conference honors as a guard. He averaged 14 points and nearly 3 assists per game. That's pretty solid. And oh yeah, he's always been a great three-point shooter. He shot 45% from 3 on the season. Also, to go along with that, he shot 50% from the field and 90% from the free throw line. All in all, I think it was a pretty good season. He even goes on to say the reason he chose his school is because the town is great and the sports are even better. So hey, I'm just glad he chose a school that he likes and he's having fun at, and he's also getting buckets. Currently right now, Matty Wong is in his senior season at Eastern Oregon University. And with averaging 15 points this last year, if he can bump that up to about 20 or even 25 per game, he might get a shot at the next level. You gotta keep in mind that the next level isn't always the NBA. He can go to the G League or even overseas. But one thing that is going to continue to hurt him is he's only 5'8" and about 140 pounds right now. But hey, we've seen short players make it to the next level, so it's not impossible. I'm kind of excited to see how this year goes for him and just to keep up with him and see if he gives this next level a shot. But hey, that's just something we'll have to see, and I definitely don't think this kid's going to give up anytime soon. One thing I am going to say though is that you will not find anyone that will outwork Matty Wong. But hey man, with all this being said, that's about going to wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. If you are new to my channel, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button and leave a like for more. Let's be great. I'm out, y'all. Peace.